Hello, Flash Report readers, or in this case, watchers. This is Jon Fleischman, the publisher. I'm here with State Senator Sam Aanestad, who is the only real Republican running for Lieutenant Governor this year. As our readers know, Abel Maldonado is running, but it's really hard for me to call him a Republican without putting quote marks around it because of his vote in support of higher taxes after pledging not to do so. Anyways, Sam Aanestad is in Orange County, which, as everybody knows, is the home epicenter of the Flash Report, and so I thought we'd take this opportunity to chat with the senator a little bit about his campaign and how it's going. Why don't you listeners, watchers, come on in a little closer, and Senator, tell us a little bit about how the campaign's going.
Well, we're pretty optimistic.
Tell them, actually.
We're pretty optimistic, John. We did some polling about a month ago, and when you asked the push question, you know, would you vote for Abel, who is the author of the open primary law and voted for the tax increase, or if your choice was Sam Aanestad, who's got the Jarvis Gann and the Tom McClintock endorsement, with that push question, I went into the high 60s and Abel went down into the teens as far as the ability to win the primary election. So we're pretty optimistic that we're going to be successful here.
That's great. Well, Senator, why don't you tell us, tell our watchers here just a little bit about yourself and why you're running for Lieutenant Governor.
Okay. Well, I've been in the legislature for 12 years now, 8 in the Senate. I am termed out this year, and this is a perfect opportunity, I think, for somebody with the legislative experience and then my professional background as an oral surgeon. My business background to take it to the next level, which is, I think, it can be a spokesman for a set of values that we in the Republican Conservative Party believe is the way to go in California. Nobody else seems to be articulating those values or have lived those values through their votes over the 12 years. I'm going to give the voters a choice.
Well, and that's great. It's great to hear from you on these issues. Maybe we'll take this opportunity. Maybe you can share with us about some of the challenges that are facing the state right now in terms of the fiscal crisis, and maybe what are some of the things you think should be happening in the state that aren't happening.
Well, I mean, everybody is probably sick and tired of hearing about the budget deficits that we continue to run, and with tax increases last year, with borrowing as much as we could, we're still 20-some billion dollars in the hole. We've got to stop spending so much. There's no question, though, that we could do some budget reforms so that some of the mandated spending is not there, and we could be doing some tax reforms so that tax is applied more evenly to people across the board in the state, and get rid of the bureaucracy where we employ so many of those tens of thousands of state workers who deal with nothing but collecting taxes. We don't need them all if we go to a much simpler tax system.
Yeah. As we like to say, all that is really necessary for the economy to flourish is for government to do no harm. And the problem is that our legislators in Sacramento, all they want to do is come up with more and more ideas that actually harm the economy and make it harder for jobs to be created. Senator, as you know, we at the Flash Report don't endorse in primaries, and so you'll be running against Senator Maldonado, and Republican voters out there will have to choose whether they want a Republican or a Republican. But that having been said, we believe that if your message gets out there, it's the one that's going to resonate with the voters. So we'll see how it goes, and thank you very much for spending time with us.
My pleasure.